Hey people, welcome back once again. Today we are going to learn about have verbs. What are have verbs and how to use it? So before that, I am Yogeswari Sugumaran. I'm your English trainer. If you are new to this channel, please do subscribe. In the upcoming videos, I'll be sharing loads and loads of value to you regarding verbs, and we are doing a series of verb sessions because I am going to explain about a lot of things about verbs I've already done in the previous videos. We have already covered be verbs and do verbs. Do check out at the top. I've given the link and as well as the playlist link. You can go there, learn, check out. And if you are new here, subscribe to this channel because I'll be sharing a lot more value, loads and loads of content regarding verbs and other English grammar. Now let's quickly get into the session. Now, have verbs. What are have verbs and where can it be used? It can be used as a main verb, primary auxiliary, as well as modal verb. Now, how we will be using it as a main verb, how we will be using it as a primary auxiliary or modal verb, I'll explain everything in detail with example in this video. Stay tuned until the end, and also at the end of the video you will be getting a sheet to do the exercise with whatever you have learned. So stay until the end, and also do check out the description box. I have shared the link of the notes. Everything what you're learning in this video, you'll be getting it as a notes with a free PDF along with the worksheet. And also you will be having the link where you can get access to my community, where we can meet and get clarified with all your questions, doubts, and everything that you have related to English. Okay, so moving forward, what are the four forms of have verbs? Have, in its present tense, it is have for plural and has for third person singular. Now, had in the past tense as well as past participle, having as a gerund or ing format, continuous format. Moving forward, what are the different forms of have verb and where can we use it? Number one, we can use have verb when we are talking about possession. If you are having something and you wanted to talk about that, so at that time you can use have verbs. So here it is possession. You are having something with you and you own it. Example, I have two brothers. I have two brothers. So brothers are yours. So you possess them or you own them. That's why you use have verbs. Then we have the next one is we have events. What are events and how can we use it? Now, events are some activities that you are planning and you can use have verbs for that. Example, let's have a party to celebrate our parents' wedding anniversary. Let's have a party to celebrate our parents' wedding anniversary. Now here, if you see, have a party, have shows that you are going to conduct or you are going to host a party. So in that place, you can use have verb. And then to talk about actions, anything that you are going to do or you are doing. Let me have a bath. Let me have a bath. So you're going to bath, that's an action. You can use have verb for that as well. Then to talk about experiences, you will have a nice time with us. If you're going to talk about any experience, how will the other person feel? How will you feel? How have you felt? For all of these things, you can use have verb. Example, you will have a nice time with us. Activities. We have our class at 10 a.m. So these are planned activities. Activities here, which means which is already planned and you're going to attend that. You're going to do that. In that case as well, you can use have verb. We have our class at 10 a.m. Now moving, Again, we have verbs where we can use it for eating. So generally, we use have verbs for eating when we mentioned about that whatever we wanted to use or whatever we wanted to drink, whatever we wanted to eat, at that time we can use have verb. I have my lunch with you? Rather than telling, can I eat my lunch with you? It is always amazing and better to say, can I have my lunch with you? The next one is about drinking. I would like to have coffee. It is not appropriate to say, I would like to drink coffee. Rather, I would like to have coffee. Moving down, we have greetings. If you wanted to greet something, you can use have verbs stating that have a nice day. Then we have the days, and along with the days, our experiences. How was your day? I had a beautiful day. I had a rough day. So all these can be used with have verbs. Now, when you talk about hygiene, at that time also you have to say, you can use the have verb. Example, I have cleansed my hands. I have cleansed my hands. Hygiene. Let's move. We have routine. Routine. I have to bath twice a day. Routine. When you talk about your routine, you can say, I have to do this. This is my usual routine. I can't skip this. So I have to bath twice a day. And then therapies. When therapies, which means if you are in medication, if you are taking some treatment, you are visiting doctors very often, at that time you can say, I have an appointment with the doctor, I am having my therapy, I am in my medication. So at that time you can use have verb. Example, I had my medicines. Moving down, we have conversations. Whenever you are talking about some conversations that you had, you can say, I had a conversation with your dad. I had a conversation with your dad. Moving down, we have interactions. We had a long discussion about your future. We had a long discussion about your future. This is about interaction. Now, when you're talking about sleeping, so at that time also you can use the have verb where you can say, I have to rest. I had a nightmare last night. I had a beautiful dream. So in all these places you can use have verb and it will suit best. Now moving down to other options, such as when there is some accident, at that time also you can use have verb. Example, I had an accident in the childhood and I broke my front tooth. So here it is an accident. I had an accident in childhood and I broke my front tooth. Moving down, we have problems with cars. If you have your car and your car broke down, at that time you can use have verb. Example, we have almost crashed. We have almost crashed. So here crashed, which means going and like you have bumped into the other car which is there in the front. Okay, you had an accident. So here, just because of the word almost, you are at the edge of having an accident, but you are saved. Okay, so you have almost crashed. Now moving down, we have travel. Have a safe journey. I have my train at 10 p.m. Whenever you want to wish someone who is about to travel, at that time you can say, have a safe journey. And when you wanted to talk about when is your train or flight or bus, at that time you can say, I have my train at 10 p.m. So let me clear all the drawings and then let's move forward with the tenses and have. Now, how can we use the have with the tenses? Now, let's see. First person singular, I. First person plural, we. second person singular as well as plural you, third person plural they. All these use only have. Okay, so apart from third person singular, which uses has, everything else uses have. You have to remember only the third person singular uses has. Okay, let's see the example. I have my class now. We have our class now. You have your class now. They have their class now. Now, when it comes to third person singular, he has his class now. She has her class now. Now, just because it cannot have a class, I have changed the sentence to it has sharp nails just to make some meaning. Okay, otherwise, even if you say it has class now, it actually correct grammatically, but it will not make sense because it is either it can be an animal or an object, and animal or object cannot attend the class. So that's why I have changed the sentence. So let me clear all my drawings and then let me move on to the next one, which is past tense. Had. They had class yesterday. Now, past participle is also had. I had eaten all my lunch. Now, future tense is will have. I will have my lunch, probably with you. I will have my lunch with you. I will have my lunch at 1 o'clock. Now, coming to gerund, which is having, I am having my lunch now. Okay. So this is about have verb with the tenses. Let's move on and see how about the modal verbs. Now have is used along with the preposition to when it comes to modal verb. Have to, has to, had to. And why it is used? The function is to indicate necessity, compulsion, and rule. The function of have verb, have modal verb is to indicate necessity, compulsion, and rule. Now let's see how it is being used with example. First one is has to. She or he, both you can use either one. She has to clean the room. It has to stay in the queue. Now let's talk about the have to. We have to bath after the work. Now coming to had to. He had to clean the room. Okay, so this is how you can use the have, has, and had with the modal verb along with the preposition to. Now coming to the positive, negative, contraction, and questions on have verbs. Okay, let's take some example and let's see. First one, I have beautiful nails. Contraction. Now I and HAVE goes through the contraction. HA gets chopped off with an apostrophe coming in the middle. It is pronounced as I've. I've. I have beautiful nails. Contraction. I have beautiful nails. I do not have beautiful nails. Now here the contraction will take place between do and not, and it becomes I don't have beautiful nails. Question, do I have beautiful nails? Let's move to the second sentence. It has beautiful nails. Now here the contraction for the positive is it and has goes through the contraction. HA gets chopped off and an apostrophe comes there. It has beautiful nails. It has beautiful nails. The pronunciation is it has. It has. It has beautiful nails. It has beautiful nails. It does not have beautiful nails. Now, whenever we use negative, at that time, we have to use does. So as we have learned in the do verb, if you haven't gone through the video where I have explained about the do verb, it is a must for you to go through the do verb video in order to understand why should we use does here, why it is not have not, why it should be does not have. So I've given the link at the top. Go check out the link and learn about where all we have to use do verbs to get clarified, to have a clear idea why does not comes here. Okay, so as I told in the previous video, does or do comes to replace or comes to stand in whenever the main verb or the have verb cannot take the negatives and the questions. Usually main verbs and the have verbs cannot take negative and the question, and that's why we introduce a do inside the sentence. And that's how this does comes. Now, just because this is in present singular, third person singular, here again, we are not using third person singular has. Rather, we have to use have. There can be only one third person singular. There can be only one verb that could represent the tense. Okay, so here it does not have beautiful nails. Contraction does and not goes through the contraction. O gets chopped off and an apostrophe comes, it becomes does not have. It does not have beautiful nails. Coming to the question, same rule whenever we have a main verb or auxiliary verb, we have to introduce a do verb to take the question and the negative form. Okay, so does it have beautiful nails? That's how the question is. Now we can also write this sentence in the other way, which is it has not got beautiful nails. Now here you cannot write it has not beautiful nails. Rather, you have to introduce one more thing called got. One more word called got. It has not got beautiful nails. Okay, now the contraction will be it hasn't got beautiful nails. Coming to the third sentence, I had a rough day. Now here contraction HA gets chopped off and apostrophe comes here. I had a rough day. It will be pronounced as I had a rough day. I had a rough day. Okay. I had is pronounced as I'd. I had a rough day. Now coming to negative. The same rule appears. For negative, we need to add the do verb. Just because here had is the past tense, we are using past do verb. Here has is the present tense, we are using present do verb. Okay, so I did not have a rough day. Now, did and not goes through the contraction. O gets chopped off and an apostrophe gets added there. I didn't have a rough day. The same rule, we are introducing do verb to take up the question format, and it becomes, did I have a rough day? Now, hope it is clear how we are using the do verb in order to frame the question and the negative format of the have verbs. And I hope it's completely clear to you. If you have any doubts, you can still write it in the comment. I will answer to all those questions, and I will also make another video to make it more clear. Okay, we'll discuss completely about only this chapter so that I can make it more clear to you. So do write it in the chat. How did you feel it, whether you understood, or do you have any more queries still? Okay, with that, I have an exercise for you. All you need to do is, I've given the same sentence. You have to write the contraction, negative contraction, and question this time. Okay, now where you can write it, do check out in the description box. I have given the link over there. You just have to fill up the form and get your free PDF. In that free PDF, you will get all the notes that you are seeing in this video along with the exercise sheet. And also check out the link where I've invited you to my closed community where we will be discussing about all queries, doubts that you are having, and I will come live once in 2 weeks. Okay, until then, see you. Bye bye. Take care. Do check out the other videos to learn more.